Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cooking with the Count. Today we're going to make creme brulee. It's very simple, very easy, and very delicious. So with that, we have farm fresh eggs. I mean, these are fresh. They were actually, I picked them up yesterday. They were actually laid the day before, so you're not going to get too much fresher than that. We have 4 cups. I'm actually making a double batch. We've got company coming tonight, and like always, you know, we love to entertain. And that's going to be dessert tonight. So I'm actually making 10 of them. So the recipe on the internet, on the website at www.cookingwiththecount.com will actually reflect either 4 ounce, or if you want to use 3 ounce, of course, you know, you can have a few more. 4 ounces of creme brulee is a pretty hefty amount, but the 3 ounce seems like it pleases everybody. Anyway, we have heavy cream. I have vanilla extract. Now this is organic. It is comparable with your Madagascar whole beans. This would be equivalent to about 1 bean. Under normal circumstances, you would use normally about 1/3 of a bean to make, you know, 1 batch. We have our sugar. Of course, we got a trusty little torch, a neat little creature. We're going to use that to caramelize the sugar on top of it after we're done. I've got a series of different bowls because, once again, when you use farm fresh eggs, you really want to kind of break them individually into a bowl to make sure that you don't have one that's been fertilized or whatever. Anyway, with that, we'll be back shortly, and we're going to get cracking. We'll be right back. For this recipe, I use 1 whole egg for each batch. In other words, I use the yolk as well as the egg white. But then after that, for a regular batch, you're going to use 6 eggs. 5 of them are going to be just egg yolks and 1 whole egg. And I'm going to pour it through my fingers so that I can get the egg yolk to break away from the egg white. These are really fresh eggs, and you can tell. Beautiful, beautiful eggs. There we go. Now if you want to make a meringue, you'll be all set. Once again, you just want the egg yolks for this. You can see how beautiful and yellow that is. That is what you call a beautiful egg. Those of you that live locally and that watch the show, we get our eggs from Osteen's Market. They're not too far from here. They have organic, beautiful eggs, and a lot of organic fruit and vegetables too. So if you get an opportunity, check them out. They've got good prices, great family, and great products. So with that, let me wash up. We're gonna smooth these out a little bit and add our sugar, whip it up, and we're going to continue the process. So with that, we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. I want you to look at these beautiful eggs. I did break one, but look how beautiful yellow those are. I mean, those are beautiful eggs. Once again, you know, it's really hard to turn around and beat farm fresh opposed to year-old eggs that have been sitting in a warehouse someplace. But anyway, with that, we're going to take our vanilla, going to add that to the eggs, along with our sugar, and we're going to whisk that up. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and pour my cream into my pot, because we're going to be putting this on the stove and bringing it up, not to a boil, but when I say literally just shy of a boil, it's just when it starts to bubble on the sides of the pot. We'll try to bring the camera in so that you can see what I'm talking about. But and then after that, we're going to whisk this together very slowly, because If we don't do it right, we're going to have a great base for French toast. You have to do it gently. But you'll see what I'm talking about shortly. Anyway, let's whip up these beautiful egg yolks. I'm going to get these nice and creamy. Look at that. That is beautiful. The last time I made this, it was truly one of the best desserts, the best creme brulees I've ever had, and I've had a lot of them. That we're going to let this sit, and now we're going to turn ourselves around and go to the stove. Okay, what I did is I put my candy thermometer in here because I wanted to kind of see what the temperature should be. As you can see, it's just starting to bubble on the sides, and that's what you're looking for. You don't want it to boil, so you're not going up to 212. But I'm going to say a good temperature is going to be about 200 degrees, and then pull it, because you want to get that cream as nice and hot as possible. See, it's sizzling on the side, so let's take it off. It's 200 degrees. That looks really good. And now, this is the key component. We want to whisk up our eggs. Get these nice and creamy and smooth. Look how beautiful. Beautiful that is. Now, we want to dump this very, very, very slowly. We don't want to cook the eggs. These eggs are room temperature. They're not cold. That is a key component to making a good creme brulee. If your eggs were cold and you had added hot cream, yeah, you'd turn that into a beautiful omelet real fast. So, as you can see, I'm continuously whipping and just adding a little bit at a time. We don't want to cook the eggs. That is the most important thing that you're doing. Okay, as you can see, I've added a little bit at a time, and I've got the eggs and sugar pretty much stabilized now, and the cream has cooled down enough being in the pot that we have, oh, thank goodness. But that's going to turn into an incredible, incredible creme brulee. That custard is going to be delicious. Look at that beautiful color. Now if I get the froth off it, you can see the color. But anyway, there we go. Anyway, we're going to let that sit for a minute. We're going to put it into our ramekins. We're going to put it into the oven at 300 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. One thing I do want to mention, we have our ramekins in hot water so that it doesn't overcook. We want that to cook evenly. So with the water and the ramekins, it's going to cook evenly. We won't have any dark spots, and it's going to make it out of this world. Okay, as you can see, we've got these 5 ramekins filled to where we want them to be. We've got a few little bubbles. Now we want to get rid of them. I'm just going to use the tip of a napkin and get rid of them. We want our custards to look perfect. And by taking the napkin, it just pops them and we'll be good to go. Like I said, we want these to be as pretty as we can get them. I never want to serve anything to somebody that doesn't meet my standards. And my standards say they don't need bubbles. I've used my napkin. I've got all the air bubbles off the sides. And as you can see, I want you to get a close-up of this. They're pretty smooth. And of course, you know, I was supposed to make 10. I ended up with 12. it's okay. I can assure you they will not go to waste. If nothing else, I will sacrifice it myself and eat them. But anyway, in the meantime, we're going to put these in the oven, 300 degrees, about 45 minutes, and then after we're going to show you what it looks like. We'll be right back. As you can see, our custards really came out really cute. They're nice and shiny, nice and rich. And now we're going to do the final touch to all of this. We're going to sprinkle it with a little bit of sugar. You don't need a ton. I've got roughly a teaspoon in here. You want a nice crust. So you want to get your sugar as even as you can, like so. These are nice and cool. They've been out for a couple of hours now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And now a trusty little torch. Let's see if it's going to cooperate. Every once in a while it works good, and then after other times it, yeah, that's what we're looking for. You don't want to burn it. Just get it nice and golden brown. Of course, this is not on your Weight Watchers diet again. They're very funny about stuff like that. Get that nice and brown all over. You can see there's no magic art to this. It's just fun. Yeah, that looks pretty gosh darn good. Now we're going to let that cool off for a few minutes. And then after, we're going to do the ceremonial cracking with the spoon. So with that, we'll be back in just a few seconds. Okay, and here's our finished product. As you can see, it's caramelized nicely. It's nice and hard. And this is the moment of truth. Yes. You know, in all the world, in all the different desserts that I've had, creme brulee is really one of my favorite. It is smooth. It is so incredibly creamy. This is absolutely to die for. How nice and creamy that custard is. Yeah, this isn't a one bite. Thank you very much for joining us. This is a several bite. I'm telling you, knock it out of the ballpark. Anyway, with that, thank you for joining us for Cooking with the Count. We wish you a happy holiday season. Merry Christmas. God bless you all. And please find this recipe on our website, www.cookingwiththecount.com. If you view us on YouTube, please share and subscribe. We need all the hits that we can get. With that, once again, bon appetit. Unbelievable.